Hey, Brandon and the Mad Monkey team, guys, thank you so much for having me. And
Huge help, man.
We wanted to take this second that if an unfortunate event didn't happen, I probably want to be able to step in.
Right.
Our mutual friend and your really good friend, Bruce, is ill, and so he's recovering from this, and he's giving his best. So if everybody out there can send some positive healing thoughts to our friend Bruce Truax, you've probably seen him.
He's our team manager, our like godfather. He kind of keeps the glue together when we lose it, and we snap between each other. And Bruce has been around the business forever in the industry on some big superbike teams, and we just, honestly, we miss you, brother. We really do miss you. We wish you were here, dude.
Yeah, we wish you were here. I hope you enjoy this video. Everybody else send them positive thoughts. Get healthy, Bruce, so I can get kicked off the team and just come cover you from the outside.
Bruce, he's no help, really, man. We need you back. He's not much help.
That's damn right.
And I'm Brandon with Mad Monkey Motorsports, and welcome to King of the Baggers and Indian Challenger. Fifth round in, we missed Laguna. Unfortunate incidents. We just were out of parts, and what it was is we didn't make it. Unfortunately, S&S stepped up big with Indian's help and got us some cases we needed, and now we're back. A new rider, new team, new help, and you see where we're at now.
Tell me a little bit about your new rider.
All right, so I heard this crazy guy out of Gonzales, California, a guy named Frankie Garcia.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Frankie Garcia. We're out here at Brainerd International Raceway for round 6 of Moto America King of the Baggers. This weekend, I'm riding a different motorcycle. Everyone's used to seeing me on the Roland Sands Indian Challenger. This weekend, we're on the Mad Monkey Indian Challenger. Still on Indian, still got support from Roland Sands. Just a different bike out here on the East Coast, and we're enjoying it. We're having a great time.
Been riding for Roland Sands. Roland just had the 3-race contract deal, and Frankie reached out to Roland. I had a position where I could get him on the bike, and I said, reach out to Roland, make sure this is good, because I have a lot of respect for Roland. I think a lot of what Roland does, he's talked to me about business, been a great person, is a mentor in the industry. And we got Frankie back riding again for the rest of the year. So I got to steal him. It's worked out great. We made a bunch of changes on the bike to get Frankie comfortable, from thumb brakes to a little bit of rear suspension. Get there on that one. Oh yeah, I won't throw you off. Tell me when you're ready.
We're good. Here we go, Ridingfish. So we're taking the tires in to get new tires for Frankie, yeah?
Yes, sir.
And so far he likes the bike. We're gonna change a little bit of the front suspension, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna add a little preload, so it's a little soft.
Okay.
We're gonna bring an offset back 3 degrees. It's got a little push mid-corner coming off. He's never rode here or rode the bike here, but he felt pretty good considering we didn't get out in P1.
Okay.
So we're not complaining. You know, it's still fresh meat for him.
Right.
New bike, new track, new everything.
Well, you guys burnt the midnight oil last night, getting it set up for him.
Yeah. I made a mistake and screwed up pinched a valve cover gasket. Completely my fault. Completely my fault. So we were up late last night fixing that, pulling the motor out.
Yeah.
So we'll run over to Dunlop, throw on some number 129s. It's the softest compound we can actually run here. We're at Dunlop, and Fred, take over, kind of show you what goes on.
Yeah, so we're at Dunlop, tires put on.
First thing we got to do, we got to move all the valve stem caps for the Dunlop guys. If there's weight on them, like this,
yeah,
we pull the weights for them.
Okay.
And everybody runs whatever we want. These are Marvick prototypes with Baron J's rotors, they're floaters. Throw them in the bucket. Be nice to the Dunlop guys and make sure they got a clean wheel. Fill our weights for them.
You do this for time, yeah?
Well, we do this to help them because they change. I think the rumor I heard was somewhere around 5,000 tires or something. I don't think you have to ask them. It was insane how many sets of tires they swap.
Yeah.
So
those were brand new tires to start that qualifying, right?
He's got about 8 laps we got on these.
And
They're okay, but we're looking for a little bit more in qualifying. You know, Frankie's never been here, and I think we're sitting 9th or something.
Yeah.
Never been here. We're looking for a 7th. We think we can get there pretty comfortable.
Okay.
Considering he's never rode my motorcycle. So that's what we're shooting for right now.
So out of curiosity, how many tire changes do you guys do in a race weekend?
So typically we mount about 1,200 new tires.
Okay.
But with every mount, we dismount. So it's actually about 2,400.
24 changes. Yeah, wow.
That's why we try to clean them up, make them easier on them.
Yeah, 2,400. You don't have one of those fancy machines, you just put it on and hit a button?
I'm the fancy machine.
Yes, you are fancy.
Let me get it turned around so it's easier on.
Alright.
Big hats off to them as Fred's got to see. They're probably 50% of our program. They're nonstop helping us and doing what we do.
So even as a privateer, you're getting, you know, the racing community seems really tight, and especially everybody, but the Indian community, ultra racing Indian community seems really tight.
When I was on my Harley, we had a good time, and then when Indian asked us to jump on board, it is day and night how much they've helped. They've been amazing.
Time. We've got this bike working really well. Thanks to S&S and, like I said, RSD for getting me a bunch of parts and getting this thing set up so it's close to, you know, my bike back in California, the bike I've been racing for the last 3 seasons. You know, without them and the help of all the Mad Monkey guys and Revolution Performance, you know, between everybody, we've got this thing really good, working really well, and we're pretty happy.
All right, how you guys doing? I'm Rodney Schrum with Revolution Performance. I work with Millennium Technologies, our parent company. Revolution Performance is the V-twin side of the company. We build our own cylinders, big bore kits for Harley, Indian, and Victories. Yeah, I'm here helping out the Mad Monkey bike with Frankie Garcia, working on the Indian Challenger. We did some plating work inside the cylinders for them. And,
You said the motor was just, and the transmission was butter, you said. It's feeling good.
Yeah, Brandon built this motor from the ground up, and you know, using some Revolution Performance parts, and you know, I was really happy with it. You know, it's got a really buttery transmission, and you know, the power delivery is really well. It's really smooth. It's got a lot of top end power, so I'm really happy with the package we have. Obviously, we don't have all the parts. We don't have the intake and some little things, but with what we have, it's a good bike, and I'm excited to race it today.
Yeah. Hey, good luck, man.
Thank you.
So you built the 112 kit, and you're doing this is one of your ways of R&D, right?
Yeah, I mean, so for the Indian Challenger right now, we're working on a 112 piston kit. It will be a street kit, but this is our proving grounds for our cylinders, our plating, our pistons that we've designed. this is where it all happens. You know, this is the rapid R&D program that we're doing. So we also do it with our M8 products. Last year we did a twin cam engine, so this year we're working on M8 engines. Again, this is our R&D program. It's much faster than doing it on the street, because if they don't work out here, they're not going to work for you on the street, that's for sure.
Was it a lot of changes to make it how you wanted it?
Yeah, we made a ton of changes to this bike from what they brought, you know, from what they had previously during the season to now. You know, a bunch of S&S parts, a lot of the parts they have on there, factory bike, chain tensioner, belly pan, you know, clutch, a lot of the stuff that I'm used to that's on my other bike back home. You know, we have some different controls, different brakes, you know, a lot of different settings in the shock and the forks and in the ECU. So, I mean, we've changed this bike. It's pretty much a new motorcycle compared to what it was when it showed up here. You know, a lot of late nights, but that's what it takes for this stuff. It's a lot of work. They're not easy. So we got it good. We got the chassis working really well. You know, made some changes to the triple clamps, and I'm feeling really good heading into the race today.
Yeah. First time we went out, we had a really good practice, just kind of setting my bike in, getting Frankie comfortable. Second time out, I think we jumped to P9, probably the highest we've been all year, with a new bike, new rider. And as Frankie tells me, he comes on, he says, bro, I'm still trying to figure out where to go, because he's never been here. And rightfully, if you guys watched on TV, overshot a couple corners and went out on the beach a couple of times, so it never went down. Made some changes for Frankie, a little more clearance. Went back and added a thumb brake like he asked for. Small suspension change on the rear, but as a whole, really just what Frankie wanted.
You cut like 4 seconds off, right, from Q1 to Q2?
He cut off 4 seconds in 2 laps after we made some changes. So what he likes worked. I'm literally just listening to what the guy tells me he wants. We did make an offset change that made a huge difference front end. He was fighting a mid-corner push, and we had some discussions, and he wanted to go one way, I wanted to go the other, and I just asked him, do you trust me? And he said, yeah. So he changed it, he come in, I'm not gonna say what he said, but he was really happy. Yeah. And now we've made the change that he needed to get him comfortable. So we've got the chassis, we're a little down on power. We'll get there. We've got some great insight from the Indian guys have come by, everybody from the factory to engineers to people I've never met in my life, I've only seen online or talked to them on the phone, and gave us some huge insight on what to do this engine when we get back. We can't do it without anything. This can't be done. We can't do it without S&S. We have Rolling Sands right beside us with Cameron Brewer, right with Bobby Fong that just won the challenge on an outside sweep because of parts Cameron's gave us. We're here. This is a very tight community. And as you've seen Fred helping us and we're putting you to work, this cannot be done alone. This is a deal where you have to have help from everybody. I raced another brand last year and was kind of left to the wolves and left at the back. Now we're getting the help we need and we're slowly picking up the pieces. I have the Revolution family here. Chris, that knows Revolution, is good enough to give me Rodney and Melissa, and I can't do it without them. I really can't. They are the backbone, as you've seen, of what we do. They do our cylinders, but that's really a very small piece of what they do for us. They are our team. I know we're down one of our brothers, Bruce Truax, that you got to fill Bruce's place this weekend. You got to see how hard it is. We thrashed, and I think somebody told you to get ready. It was like chasing a rat around, and we worked you pretty hard yesterday. but it's calm today, and we'll kind of see where we go from there, brother. I mean, we're ready to go.
You said that you made some changes. Frankie trusted you, but you also trusted other people, right? Some other riders you kind of reached out to.
Truth be told, I stopped the oldest rider in the field, which I have a ton of respect for. And this old guy that races with us at one Daytona said, this is what I would do, Brandon. I said, yes, sir. And we went and made the change, and Frankie trusted me. The change was really, I had some insight. So it wasn't completely me. So I'm going to take credit for it, but I didn't really do it.
Just enjoying the heck out of this whole series, man. The King of the Baggers is just an awesome experience for everybody. Get to see riders out here that have never seen a bagger race before in their lives. This is a brand new series. You know, this is our second year, actually third year. So it's a neat experience, you know. All of us ride baggers now as we get older. And currently we're under the tent here for Jiffy Tune. They're one of the riders that we support with engine support and any technical information that we can provide for them here at the race.
You're wrenching like crazy. You're working like a madman. I've watched you. It's been a pleasure to watch you see experts in their field. Are you having fun?
It is fun. I mean, it's a lot of stress. You don't have a lot of time to make a change on the bikes, and it requires a ton of work. So you have to be really focused and just really go as fast as you can and not lose your mind, you know. Make sure that you put all the bolts down in the right place, your tools are all quick to get to, and make the changes that you need quickly. That's what it's all about. So, you know, if the rider's not happy with the bike, you got to make suspension changes or things like that. You just have to listen to them and make the adaptation as quick as you can. So it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of stress, but I love it, man. It's just great. The interaction with the riders, they totally tell you what's going on. They understand the bikes, they understand the tracks, they know what the bike needs, and then you provide that with them and they have success with it. It's so enjoyable.
That's it, we're good.
Thank you.
Frankie actually said it went from a, I think he called it a wagon wheel to a super bike, all in 3 millimeters. So hats off to Jeremy Williams and the SNS team. The SNS team has been here from day one. I've dealt with these guys since '03 on my personal stuff. They have never told me no matter what I've asked for, all the way down to jokingly. We had a new windshield given before we came here. You got to see it. Guys, the mosquitoes here are really bad. We sprayed off up at our lights one night and destroyed a windshield of all things. And SNS come over laughing and handed us another windshield and apologized and said, we didn't think off would hurt one. Well, it did. So it's the little things. It's truly a community. And with these Indians, we're fighting an uphill battle. We don't have a lot of chassis adjustment that we knew that the other manufacturers have, but we're getting there.
Is it fair to say that there's probably a piece from every team on your bike?
There's probably a piece from every team and a couple of Harley teams on this motorcycle too, and I think we've handed off some parts to some Harley teams this weekend also. It is a very tight community because there's such a small group of us doing this, and we wish some more guys would get involved. But yeah, this can't be done alone. It physically can't be done.
So you're a privateer, but the community really brings us. If it wasn't without them, you wouldn't be able to do it.
We're a privateer. Sounds Incorporated, by far, Pete and Gorilla have been one of the biggest influences of what we're doing right now, and getting us to a point. We were at a struggling point as a privateer financially. They got in and really stepped up. Guys, please reach out. Look at Sounds. They do a bolt-in stereo system that's plug and play, doesn't want any warranties. We were actually running the stereo. We did some weight changes, some ballast, so the only reason stereo is not in right now for a ballast change for this last try. But please reach out to those guys, SNS Cycles, Indian, you see all the names on it, World Class Bearing, all these companies, Revolution. Guys, they make street parts. Support these guys in the industry. They're pushing us out here to test stuff that is unheard of to hand to use on the street. The only reason we're running these cylinders, Revolution, is to give these challenger customers. That's why they're on here. If we can't kill them, nobody will kill them. That way you guys can have this stuff.
So if you get a chance to ever watch the races on FS1 or FS2, you got to take a moment and just watch. It's just amazing. These are street bikes that we've hopped up a little bit to make them do what they do. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun. But thanks for listening. You guys have a great day.
As we're ready for the Mission King of the Baggers race, our 5th round for this class of the season here from Brainerd International Raceway in Brainerd, Minnesota.
Both Harley-Davidson and Indian are both going after this championship, Greg. As you see here, Tyler O'Hara is leading by 1 point over Kyle and Travis Wyman, with Jeremy McWilliams, Tyler's teammate, only a fraction behind.
The race started out pretty normal, a lot like they normally do, with a whole bunch of King of the Baggers hauling butt down the road. Frankie Garcia on the new Mad Monkey bike starts in 9th place, I believe it was. And after some jockeying around, there ended up being an accident where Kyle Weinman spilled some oil or liquid on the track, and unfortunately Patricia Fernandez found that oil and she went head over heels. Luckily, Patricia was okay. Everything was good with that. That ended up being a disqualification for Kyle Weinman, where then the series ended up getting postponed due to track cleanup. So after postponement, they started again with Kyle Weinman now not on the starting lineup, and they went and they took off. I mean, it was 2 Indians right up front. Ended up being Fong and O'Hare fighting for first place, and Fong makes this killer move, passes Tyler O'Hare, and even bumps him. It's pretty crazy. Stands him up. Travis Wyman ends up getting around him. Shortly after this amazing pass, the race is actually called due to weather. It started raining on part of the track, as you can see on the screen. Fong being announced the winner of the Brainerd King of the Baggers race after taking the $5,000 money home as well. To talk about Frankie Garcia and Mad Monkey, well, they had some electrical issues that made them do a did not finish. I think that's it, bro. I can't think of anything else. Pretty easy.
Hey, love you for your help and what you do for our community. Guys, go follow Ridingfish. He literally is doing the videos. He's putting the Indians out there. He's trying to bring us up where the Harleys are. We need that community there. I ride both. I own both. But there's something different about an Indian, and I'm learning what you guys feel. I swore I would never do it. Here it is. I'm doing it with you.
So we end this ride hard, ride fast. I'd say that's a good ending
Ride hard,
for
ride
today.
fast, rubber down.
There we go. Deuces.